Hello, everyone, and welcome back to episode 16 of the Enigmatica 6 single player Let's Play series. So, today, I think it's very clear to everyone who's been watching along that we are going to wrap up our explorations through occultism. We've done quite a lot of good stuff in this pack with occultism so far, but I think it is definitely finally time that we are wrapped up and done with it until we need it again. That's part of the whole pack design that I'm trying to encourage, I guess, is that just because we're done with all the quests through one of the mods that they want us to really focus on, like occultism or thermal, doesn't mean that I'm never going to touch it again. It just means that if I don't need it anytime soon, I may not for a little while. But as soon as I do, or as soon as I need a creative solution to a particular problem, it may come out, just to fix that problem or two. So definitely keep that in mind. That just because that's the case doesn't mean that um, you're never going to see me use occultism ever again. If I need to change the weather, if I need to change the time, I might bring out occultism again rather than comforts, sleeping bags, and comforts, hammocks and stuff. But yeah, just keep that in mind. Anyway, so for today's episode, we are going to need my Akashic Tome, which I think I may have lost in my refined storage system. Let's see. The tooltip? I don't know where it is. That's right. I forgot I was going to try to do some Tetra stuff in between, and oof, that gave me a bit of a heart attack. Okay, cool. Well, housing this vicinity. Here we go. So let's break out our Dictionary of Spirit and take a look at the quest line. So as I promised, I have gotten a lot of occultism stuff done in between episodes. This was just mostly a lot of grinding to get these foliats and summoned guys taken care of. So if we look at occultism, we can see all of the familiars that we have captured. So we have our Cthulhu, our deer, our bat, and our blacksmith. So these guys are all just chilling out. And I'm keeping them in here to make sure they don't despawn and to make sure that they don't cause any extra lag. And then we also have this Ginny here for crushing ores for us. So we can utilize them to do pretty intense ore crushing, just like a machine, like our entire ore crushing setup. We can use them to do the same sort of functionality, and it gets pretty efficient. So we may look into doing that. I'm not 100% sure how good the Efreet one is, but if we take a look at the Mandatus mod, we should see some cobalt chunks, and we can test them out on the cobalt chunks. I think that's a good place to get started, right? So, going on into our quest line here, there are a couple of chains that it wants us to get into, which I think are personally great ideas. Number one is to summon an Afreet and then a Marid Crusher. So there's sort of like these tiers, right? So we have the Foliot, which is like the tier 1, Ginny, which is like a tier 2, and then Afreet, which is tier 3, and then Marid, which is tier 4. So you can see that here, right? We have the Minor Foliot and then the Minor Ginny. So we can use these to sort of do a lot of our crushing for us. As mentioned, we do have the Ginny Crusher here, and we did do the Foliot Crusher previously. So let's get into the Efreet Crusher. So if we go into the index and just start typing, let's look at the ore crushers for the Efreet. We're going to need Abris Conjure, which we have never used this one before. I'm going to that. We're going to need a lot of things for that, as you could tell. I've been regenerating my chalk's durability between episodes as well, just to make sure that we're on the good side here, right? Want to make sure that we're not going to run out of durability midway through. I also need these guys. I think that should do it. Seemed like a pretty big one, so I may put it all the way up here, just because I have a lot of portability. We can do a lot of stuff here. So yeah, let me get this cleaned up real quick. All right, and now we can visualize this guy. Looks like the sizing is perfect. Nice. So we're breaking out the red chalk, something that we've really seldom had to do so far, so that's fun. But yeah, as I was trying to say, this rooftop location is probably one of the more rare that I seldom use, so it's convenient for that exact purpose of like 1-time or 2-time conjurings and things that we're not really going to use all too terribly often. see, so then we have wither skeleton, standard skeleton, and lots of white chalk. And there we go. So now for our sacrifices here, we need isnium dust, we need a book of binding Afreet, and then we need diamond and emerald. So if we look at isnium, I believe a crusher spirit. Yep, perfect. So let's go to occultism and grab our captured Ginny and ask him to do this. While it does that, I'll go ahead and get that Afreet book of binding. We'll bind it to ourselves. Thank you, friend. And we needed a diamond and an emerald. And there's no need to summon, rather to sacrifice anything. And we just need 4 bowls, it looks like. We can do this and that. And here we go. And I forgot that I need to grab one of these guys. Cool. Fast crusher. And so now I can yoink this guy as well. That gets us a quest. That quest reward was a dimensional storage stabilizer. Nice, nice. And so now there was only one more after this, and that's the Merid Crusher, and that's the... oh, this actually, it looks expensive, but that's not terrible. Yeah, we can do that real quick. This guy's tall. You're tall. Anyways, in you go. For your safety. Grab another empty soul gems. These guys are super, super helpful, by the way. So we're going to grab a block of isnium. And then what was it? A diamond, an emerald, and ghast? Yeah, easy enough. And so now I'll clean this up and get the next summoning ritual. Oh, that is large. We don't have room for that at all. In the slightest. Okay, we may need to build out a temporary platform for this then. I don't normally like to do this, but I don't have any idea when else we would ever plan something like this. So let's grab a building gadget real quick and maybe even get that charged up at our power generation area. I think if I just came down here and came to this guy, I can just yoink some power. I need to set up some charging, but as you can tell, I have been trying to avoid jumping straight into electrical tools and armor and stuff, mostly because of the expense. All right, there we are. And so with the building gadget, you can do kind of some really cool stuff. Now, my plan is basically going to be following. I'm going to build a platform up to here, then dig this cobble out. And now I want to see exactly how big this is going to be. That's not too bad, but it is definitely bigger than anything else we've built. So I just want to make sure we have enough space for everything beyond all else, you know? Let's be sure we can do this and that. But yeah, I'm interested in hearing for those who are watching as I try to struggle to put something together here. What do you think of occultism and how I've been sort of experimenting with this magic? I know it's not something like my channel has been mainly tech and while that is kind of me and my interests are mainly around technology, I do think magic mods are cool, and I really miss like the old Thaumcraft days for sure. Um, so obviously like there's a part of that anytime I see mods like this where it's like got that Thaumcraft or witchery vibe, this one has a very witchery vibe to me. Um, I'm always glad to see it and really want to showcase it and use it and get into it. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. If this wasn't your style, please let me know, and I can veer away from this for future magic mods that we delve into. Because as I've mentioned, and as you probably know, I will be getting into every single mod that is highlighted in the quest lines. We're going to be knocking out every single quest in this pack. But in the meantime, it is good to know whether or not something I'm doing may be irritating or not fun to watch. Because, as I used to edit my videos, it would be very clear to me, as I'm editing it, oh, this isn't enjoyable for me to edit, so it probably isn't going to be to watch either. But since I'm hardly doing any editing anymore, it's not as easy to gauge. So, at this point, we have these 4 and these 4. This is a huge ritual. And now we just need to yoink. And yoink. Okay, so we only need 4 items, right? So I think I accidentally closed out of that, and I did not mean to. Yeah, okay, so we're just gonna need 4 sacrificial bowls here. And I do still need to get my book. That's no problem. Let's head down here. Oh, is it? Marid. That was close. Oh, I am, what is it? Black? Completely out. Let's fix that. Fortunately, we do have our flowers that have been growing. We can get more, and then we can bind that to ourselves and call it a ritual. Are you ready? Whoops, what did I miss? Oh, this guy. Well, hello there. So if I give you these, that is fast. Oh, and that's 6-tubbling. Okay. No, that's hex-tubbling. Sorry, not sex-tubbling. Yeah, we will be using this. I could go without the villager nose, but yeah, if there's a way to automate you, I'm interested. I'm interested in doing ore automation via this incredible gentleman right here. Yeah, I'm interested. Yeah, let me know if you think that that's something I should look into, because I feel like that would be really cool to use, to veer away from technology for ore processing. I know it's kind of a strange concept, but it seems like this is easy to get into and to really take advantage of. So let's get our loot. We got some stable wormholes. Nice stuff. So I'm just going to clean up this ritual, and then we can get ready for the next stuff. Actually, before I do that, I should make sure that I'm not kicking myself in the butt. That's Striker's Higher Binding. This is Azivius' Spectral Compulsion, and this is... No, that can't be right. Striker's Higher Binding. Okay. Yeah, so we're not going to need this monstrosity of a ritual ever again. So I'm going to clean this up, and yeah, we'll be back in just a bit. Okay, so looking at the tail end of this questline here, first things first is to get a dimensional mine shaft. Looks like this opens a portal to an uninhabited dimension full of all kinds of ores waiting to be mined. The portal is too small for any of us to fit in, so we'll have to spend spirits through. Makes sense to me. I follow along at least. And we'll probably end up using this because this seems like it's a really cool way to get ores. So let's take a look at the recipe. It looks like it's 4 other stone, a block of isnium, have a block of isnium. I fortunately have had just enough isnium along the way to not really need more. And then we're going to need a gold of these guys, the Spirit Attuned Crystal. Or we have our Strigor's Higher Binding, which I think is one of the standard ones that we usually just keep. believe it's... No, I don't think I have it, actually. It's 4 crystals around... That would be this one? No, that's not this one. Okay. Yeah, we'll have to set this one up real quick. It's kind of big. I want to say it's big enough for this room. Yeah, so let me get this cleaned up and get it set up. All right, so now we can get this put down, and we will need these 4. We'll need a bunch of white chalk. And some candles. Beautiful. And it looks like we need 4 items. Right? Oh, no, we need 8, actually. Because we need... 4 other stone. And was it 2 attuned crystals? No, just... Oh, okay. So we didn't need all of those. And then we need a Ginny bound. And there we go, dimensional mineshaft. So as the... Weird. As the text said, we cannot enter this, but it is here for us to put a ore mining Ginny or ore mining Merid into, right? The miner foliot and the miner Ginny, sorry. So yeah, those are options for us, and we will be partaking. Let's go ahead and take on our Miner's Delight. And you know what? I'm going to keep them in a reinforced chest because I want to see what happens when we put our Ore Crusher Merid to work on this guy, because there's a lot of stuff here, and I think I just want to see. I want to see the numbers, if it's 6 every time, which I think it is, or if it changes. So let's take a look at the Miner Spirits. We have to make an empty magic lamp. Empty magic lamp. We already have one. And then we need the Isnium pickaxe. We already have, and we can make another one. And some iron ore, some gravel. Fortunately, I kept this, so we can just yoink. And a foliot book, which we also already have. I'm going to toss this reinforced chest in there. And we're going to need Azevius's Spectral Compulsion. That one, I don't remember if we have or not. It seems likely, but it looks like maybe not so much. Let's go ahead and get that set up real quick as well. I think I have everything. This one should be really quick because it's a smaller one, so I will just do that on camera. So we just do this. And then we can set you up. Actually, let's remove these as well, just in case we need the space. And we can visualize right there and put down all of our little components. Looks like we just need gold and white. Beautiful. And we just need our sacrificial bowl, and we need our empty magic lamp, Isnium pickaxe, gravel, iron, foliot. And there we go. So this basically gives us a miner foliot. It has a durability, right? So it is fixed. It looks like you can you really put mending on this thing? You can. You absolutely can. So you just put this here. And I believe, if I understand correctly, it will just start to produce ores as a result of um, the work of Zedslamarork. What a name. So I'm just going to leave this here while I create the Ginny miner foliot. Or miner Ginny, rather. I guess I always forget that that's the component of the name. But you can see we already got a cinnabar chunk. So yeah, so far so good. That is, whoops, wrong component there. We can get our loot for that. Again, we're getting way more Miner's Delight stuff, so we're going to have a lot of fun with that and our Crusher. I do want to definitely play around with that as much as possible. And last up, this is the last thing. I'm very, very excited. We need Strigor's Higher Binding, which we already... please tell me that's not the one I just took down. It probably is, knowing me. No, that's not it. Strigor's Higher Binding would be this one. And for it, we need a Isnium pickaxe, as well as a block of Isnium. Again, good thing we're getting this Isnium as we go, and I'm not using it for anything. Otherwise, we might be in a bit of trouble having to go find some more. But we need gold, which, again, we are good. We need probably, what, another empty magic lamp? I believe is made out of silver and Isnium. And lastly, we need a spirit-attuned crystal, which I already have on me. Let's head up to the Strigor's Higher Binding room and get this ready. Do I have... I forgot the Ginny book. Let's grab that. So if we go around and put these down... turning a Ginny into a magic lamp. And ta-da! Occultism chapter has officially been completed. We have generated some resources just idly. This has a smaller durability. I wonder why. I am curious as to why that would be. I'm just going to keep filling this reinforced chest up. I want to try out the crusher. But we can absolutely do a cool little automation thing for that. Oh, no, it has higher durability. Fascinating. I want to read what other differences there are. Summon, bound, magic lamp. Once it breaks, the spirit is released to the other place. Foliate miner harvests the block without much aim and blah. Ginny miner harvests ore specifically. The greater power of Ginny damages. Okay, so yeah, this is just gonna mine specifically ores, whereas the other one had a chance of mining kind of like some garbage as well. So fascinating. I am going to take all of this and store it away for the time being because I need some time to sort of process what all this means for us. But let's take a look at the final chapter loot. That was a lot of stuff. Another reinforced chest. More stuff to put into here for now to give to our special guy. And I think for now, I'm just going to put away most of these things because we're not going to use them for a hot second. So let's take a look at the occultism. The Rid. I believe this would be our crusher, right? Yes. Yes, it is. And let's just take everything. I want to see exactly how fast this gentleman is. So if we give you Cinnabar, fast, and also 12 whole Cinnabar. That's insane. Okay. Diamond, so that was 4, so 24 back, I'm guessing. Yeah, this is wow. This is insane. We're about to get a lot of emeralds from this. I'm going to process all of these through here, and yes, I am going to read up on how to automate this gentleman, because I think he can be. I think it can pick up things. Because if so, then yeah, he can have his own little mining dimension, or pocket dimension from the compact storage mod, or not compact storage, what is it called? You do compact machines, and you can just have your own little space to do all your processing, because this is crazy good. It's reasonably fast. It is very lucrative. So Like, I'm probably going to get more redstone than I even know what to do with. Oh my goodness. 18 per transaction? Like, they just keep saying speed, and yeah, this is fast, but they never said anything about how good this was. Good grief. Okay, I'm gonna process this up, and yeah, I'll be right back. So, okay, I have a theory here. If we use a modular router to pick up our items, maybe. I think there's an item pickup module. I just have to find it. Here we go, vacuum module. Perfect. I think a vacuum module will do us exactly what we're looking for here. Pick up items. We head over here into ore processing. Here's what I have envisioned. We can take our, oh, you know, I do need one other thing, and that would be transporter, I guess, would work for this. And so here are my thoughts. We will have, in the middle of this, we'll just have a decent amount of space for our Merid to chill out in, right? And so we can have our modular router here, our smelting factory here. We will have the router send to the smelting factory. We'll have the smelting factory, does it matter what side? I don't think it matters. I think it depends on which side I clicked on, maybe? So if we set the back to be the input, and then put that in there, and then we do the top output with auto eject on, that can output directly into our system. So now all that is left is a way to drop items, which would probably... There are some options. Let's see about at modular routers once again, just because it is so handy. Oh, dropper module. I think that's pretty much exactly what we're looking for. Grab another router. And we can put, actually, you know, real quick, let me grab some more blocks just to have them around. Grab some stone brick, I guess. That works. And so we will elevate this just ever so slightly enough that our Merid does not have to stand kind of awkwardly, you know. So we can do this, fill in that, and our Merid can just sort of chill. They don't seem to move, so I don't think he will try. Please don't. Okay, that works. That does not work. Why? Probably these blocks then? I'm not sure. Let's grab some more structural. I just want to make sure that this does not cause any problems for us in the future. So yeah, we'll just try that out. And whoops, wrong one. We come over here, we'll try that again. This time we're just going to use glass all the way around to ensure that hopefully no suffocation occurs. Frost. There we go. That's a start. Can you... Nope, you cannot. Why not? Okay, it really just wants to be there, and that is totally fine by me, so I'm just going to yoink this modular router. Because I could care less. Right, and so here's our guy. I'm going to put, if I put this here, does he suffocate? No, okay, good. So now we have a means to access this still, which is perfect. So what we want is we want a vacuum module. And we want you to pick up all directions. So now that will work. And then hmm. So what I'm concerned about is that it will try to pick up... I'm concerned that it's going to try to pick up anything. Let's see if there's a modular... Okay, we may need to make one of these, maybe? Oh, you can do the cool fake inventory thing. That's neat. Yeah, let's make one of the rejects filters real quick. Let's try it at least. I'm not 100% sure that that's going to work, but it might. I want to filter out... So let me grab... I'm really curious about this at this point. Filters items by matching their registry names on one or more regular expressions. Okay, yeah, I think this is correct. And then we probably want another one of these. So let's do that. And this one will be used for the whitelist. So if we come over here, and on our vacuum module, we can filter these, and oh. And so it will not pick up these. Now for you, I want you to only pick up these. So if I give you this, nothing happens. If I give you this, nothing is happening. Interesting. Let me see. what I can configure here real quick. Okay, so I've got it figured out. I think if we do chunk $, that will make sure that chunk is the last word in the name of the item, which is good enough for me because we're not going to feed it miscellaneous items. We're just going to make sure we're only feeding, or that we're not picking up any chunks, right? So we don't want to pick up chunks. You can pick up chunks, that's fine. But we want you not to. Instead, we want it to pick up other things. Now, of course, our magnet is kind of getting in the way here. So let's see what we can do to make that faster. There are some speed upgrades from modular routers. And we have some, but let's grab some more. And that should help tremendously. Whoops, there we go. So if we install these here, it will pick up way faster. And if we put these here, it will drop our items way faster. Now, let me see if there's a way to increase the stack size of the pickups. Yep, we have the stack upgrades. I forgot about those. So, let's see. I think we can do... I don't even remember where stack upgrades go. I think they go here and here. And so let's try this again. Drop the whole stack. Yeah, that's instant. That's perfect. Okay. Now, I do have a concern, and we can solve this concern. I want to be 100% certain that if there is a item sitting on the ground, we stop dispensing. So if we throw one too many items, I want to disable the entire process. So let's see about, we have redstone transmitters and receivers, right? Redstone link. I've actually never used these. Redstone links can transmit redstone signals. That sounds pretty much perfect. Let me just see how this works. So if I put this down like so. I'm not sure that this is working as expected. Let's try these. Redstone link, right? Oh, you know what? I wonder if it is the create. Yeah, okay, that's what it is. Cool. Okay, I think I've got it figured out. So what we can do is we can slide. Actually, you know, let's see if there's a better way to do like a detector, entity detector maybe. I'm not seeing anything. Okay, well we can play around with this. We might not absolutely need this. Let's see, so we have stack upgrades. We have stack upgrades here. If we were to throw both of these in, I guess my biggest concern is just despawning stuff, right? So wasn't there something here for like scanners or something? Storage scanner, that's not it. Detector, nope. There's a way to detect, but I'm not seeing it. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. My other thought here, though, like, it's pretty fast. I struggle to believe that we're going to have any major issues here. Let's just see. I have here our ender chest for ores, which we can then, you know, toss stuff into. I am really curious. I hope that doesn't cause any strife. Can I... Okay, let me try from the other angle, I guess. Oh, no. Okay, let's try that. And let's do away with the glass. I think we're better off. You should be configured... Let's configure you to actually only pick up... dust items. So, redstone dust. Perfect. Okay, I got that reconfigured to work. I'm going to try just doing this much wallage. Hopefully that is okay. And if not, we'll just figure it out, I guess. So that's that. I don't know what the output of this would be. I'm assuming probably... Okay, okay, so we have a power of 1 because there's one entity. Are you a power of 2 now? No. Okay, yeah, let me play around with this just a tiny bit more. Okay, so let's give a gold-weighted pressure plate a try. Okay, so that's an output of 0. If I threw another one down, that's an output of 1. Okay, I think that's our solution. So we will do this. We'll have our repeater, or our signal here, right? And then we can repeat that into... I picked that up? I probably did. Let's throw down... Yep, okay, cool. So now we can put down our redstone link. You will be set to be pressure plate. And over here, I can put this redstone link here and smack it with a wrench on pressure plate. Now you will be emitting a redstone signal, and we want you to work on redstone low. So in other words, because there's already an item there, you shouldn't drop anything. However, I don't have anything to really test with. I didn't think that through. Let me go to my digital miner real quick and grab that. You know, I actually just realized I never did load this area. So yeah, that's perfect. We'll do this. We will claim these chunks and load them this time. Power this guy up here and send these to go in. And so now if I head back home and go over here, we are currently holding onto these items. And then as soon as I come in here and pick up the stone brick, it will start dropping things again. Yeah, okay. I think that works. So I'm going to let these things process up a little bit. I'm going to keep a close eye on this as well, just to make sure that everything continues to work as expected, and I will be back as soon as I can confirm or deny. So yeah, I can confirm that this is working beautifully, and what I can also do is, I just realized we could do another sender, and we can start processing. If I, let's come over here. Remember, I had this guy set up. I think we can break this. I don't think we're really going to need it. And if I go to my digital miner and set you to Silk Touch mode, now, as we go about our business, we're going to start getting chunks of various... Snag this real quick. We should now get chunks of various ore resources that we normally couldn't process unless we used the little setup that I just tore apart, which was very slow and started to damage our tools a bit, which was fine. Just, you know, none of it was ideal, you know? But with this new setup that we just put together, in theory, we should be capable, and I'm just trying to clean up my inventory because it has been a mess. In theory, we should be capable of processing those up as well. So let's see about that. We have the ender chest already. We just need another sender module. And we will need to have a regular expression on that as well, because what we can do is send our outputs, right? So what we're going to have essentially is we're going to have chunks that are not going to be sent over yet. And I'll work on this. I'll get these added. And it's good that these are going to run, because now we'll know. But what we can do, right, is come over to our industrial area. Where'd it go? There we go. Come on through over here. And we can tell this guy, sure, that's great. If you get a coal chunk, which you will, you know exactly how to handle it. Let's just intervene and put that there in the forefront. But the problem is that it's not going to know to pick up any form of dust. Oh, and you know what? On that point, I should make sure to grab the regular expression filter. Because over here, remember, we have this guy configured to pick up any kind of dust. So we want another one of you. We want you to be configured to pick up any kind of dust. Or, really, I think we probably do want to go with anything except for whatever we have up here. So if you are set to chunk $, we'll do blacklist chunk $, add, remove that. And so now it will pick up anything. The problem is coal dust. Oh, I get coal dust out of that? That's That's kind of annoying, but okay. We just probably won't bother with coal for the most part. But we can do a filter. It does kind of throw a wrench in my system, doesn't it? You know what? That's okay. We're just not going to ever give it coal dust. Or coal. We're just going to not. Let's take a look at our other chunks. Perfect. Diamond. That's exactly what I was hoping for. Something like that. So if we put in... Again, I'm just going to throw in diamond here, right? We can send everything else that we pick up. So if I right-click you, this is configured for chunk. So don't pick up anything that ends with chunk. That doesn't sound right. Hang on. Here's what we do. We do one in here, and you're configured to do dust. And so any dust you receive, you will gladly send on over to here. Whitelist mode, that's right. And then we'll have another one of these guys right here, and you will be configured to send anything. Let me actually go back and back. We come here. So it's .star_dust. So we'll go here, blacklist .star_dust. And so now, and I forgot to tell you to send here. Now it's going to send any dust-related stuff over here. Oh no, our dusts are getting... That's not ideal. Stop. And what are you blocked up with? More diamond dust? Fair enough. Okay. So anyways, thanks a lot for hanging out today, and I will see you in the next one. Just a quick addendum. He does actually produce coal, not coal dust. The coal dust was because the coal got left around for too long, and so that's being fixed, as you can see right now.